Welcome to this look at a new mod map on Farming Simulator 22 with me, MrSealyp. Ladies and gentlemen, I am here on PGR Agro Pomerania. This is by Puma 145, 416.12 megabytes download. There are 5 required mods which download automatically, all 5 by Puma 145. There are no custom crops, contracts are available. I'm at the main farm, the only farm on the map, and being that it is a PGR, it's Pomerania is split between part of Germany and part of Poland, so I think this is more the Polish side of things. The PGR, and I apologise if I say this wrong, Państwowe Gospodarstwo Rolne, I think that's how you say it. That's what PGR stands for, and it's a state-run farm, a little bit like Carpathian Countryside. We've had a few different maps, PGR Slurry, a few like it. The map looks like this. On New Farmer, we start with the main PGR just here on plot 16. We have these 2 plots down here. We have 2 town areas, one here and one just north of the farm, and then we have 2 sort of sell point areas. We have a train which runs onto the map here, up around over the top, and it comes back down here, and that goes to Sosnovka. So if you get any contracts, if you get any contracts to Sosnovka, you can use the train. And we do have some rent train points around the map. We have one here, one up here, and one over here. We do have a railroad silo just there, which we'll get to later on as well. Fuel prices, as you can see, for the larger ones, they're up there. You're going to have to do a bit of work. We haven't really got many small, what I'd call small fields. We've got a grass one there, but even that's 143 grand. The smaller ones are down around this part of the town here, which are a little bit cheaper, but to build up might be a little bit trickier. And we have got one small forested area here. So again, if you want to have a bit of a dabble before you dive, have a go at doing a bit of forestry. You can pick up a cheaper one there, but as I say, you can purchase the town areas and these areas as well. So if you want to add in more sell points, you can. There are sell points there. You can't remove most of the buildings on here. So at the main farm area here, we have got our sleep trigger. I'm going to say this now. I say this a lot about maps being immersive, being very realistic, or being very picturesque, or being very functional, or sometimes you get blends of the others, and so I say they've got a gritty realism to them. This is that. You get that a lot on Polish maps, and I don't know what it is. I don't know why it is on Polish maps. Some of Oxygen David ones, the same, Calmsden Farm, that kind of thing. The colour palette is slightly muted, I would say, and I don't know. It just has a crisper, a finer, a fidelity to it. It's hard to put your finger on. Anyway, the main farm here. So like I say, most of these buildings can't be removed, and you've got a lot of barn building shed space. Sosnovka-esque, as I said, PGR, Slurno, any of those. But in the back we do have some beehives. Oh, I didn't check. It might be beehives that we don't have as well off the start. Potentially. We do have 2 small ones and a large one. And now honey spawn point just there. As far as mods added in by the map maker, there aren't any. It's just the required mods, that's all there are. There's no vehicles or machines or anything like that. We come around here and open up the various different barns and buildings. It's like I say, it's just storage space. We don't have a workshop trigger anywhere here. And we do have our start machinery all in this area here. So harvester, header, got our cultivator, seeder, trailer. We do start with an axion. Not an axion. Oh, it is an axion. What's to say Arian then? We do have a smaller Zetel just there. Baler, spreader, plough, and again more barn and building space in here. We come around the back. I'm not going to open all of those up. There's no other vehicles and machinery. That's all just starts there. Actually, we'll talk about slot count while we're here. On New Farmer, it's 929. On Farm Manager and Start from Scratch, it's 907. So when you come into on Farm Manager or Start from Scratch, you don't have any sleep trigger, you don't have the silage clamps, and potentially the beehives. I didn't notice that. I think it might be the beehives that are missing, which brings it down from 929 to 907. I then removed, because you do start with all the vehicles and machinery in all 3 game modes, I removed the vehicles and machinery. I was able to remove the hayloft, which we'll get to in a moment, the biogas plant, which we'll get to in a moment. I think that was it. and that got the slot count down to 768. So if you want to get the slot count down, you can. But I say not everything is removable. Some bits are. Actually, what I'll do now, I'll cut to a clip I took showing you that rather than just a screenshot. It's a little short video clip. A short video clip that takes you round. Okay, let's cut through the building. So you'll know now, because I can't remember from when I did the video clip whether it was the BeeHive that was missing. But anyway, bale sell point is just here. This is your hayloft around the front here. So putting into the hayloft is done there, taking out of the hayloft is done here. I'm not sure what the capacity of this is, because if we go into build mode and we go to silos, let me just double check, maybe it's one of the ones on... No, that's curious actually. Sheds, is it maybe? Nope. So I'm not sure the capacity of that, but it is a hayloft, as you can see. We come across the back here. We've got slurry tanks. Say tanks, pits, I guess. And then we got our cows just over here. So bees and cows, 450 cows on here. And that goes right the way around the back. Fairly large proposition, as you can see. Then we come round here, and as you've just seen from the video clip, 3 large silage clamps, which are not here on Farm Manager and Start from Scratch. Then we come over here, and the biogas plant, because I'm on New Farmer, you start with already. On Farm Manager and Start from Scratch, the biogas plant is here. Once you purchase the land, then you get access to the biogas plant. It's linked to the land anyway, so it's here on the farm, but that can be removed as well, as you've just seen from the video clip. And this is a standard crop types. Say crop types, materials in, digestate out, fairly standard, nothing over and above, nothing like methane or anything like that. We do have another shed there. I like the way it's all blended into the undergrowth, you know, with the trees and bushes, and it doesn't feel overgrown like it's just been left and abandoned, but I don't know, it's got a very natural feel. That's just my opinion on it. Our grain silo is this one here. Again, this is not the one that's shown from the picture. Taking out of the silo is done here, and putting into the silo is done over here, and you can see it's kind of piled up all over the place. We've also got a leak somewhere. If we go back into here and we go to our silos, that one there is a 5 million litre grain silo. So I mean that is a placeable, and that looks like that. Yeah, this one is built in, you can't remove it. That's what I'm going to do. I need to double check to see if it's multi-fruit or not. I meant to do that, and normally do it on my list. Bear with me, I'm going to go and get a tractor and trailer, bring it round, and let's have a look, see if it's multi-fruit or not. Let's have a look, shall we? Nope, standard crop type. So whatever the capacity is, it is a standard crop types only silo, but there's plenty of room. I suppose you can put other ones in if you want to. We're going to head out towards the main entrance. I'm going to have a vehicle waiting for me. As you can see, top right, I have put some money in. I've just borrowed that from the bank rather than putting government subsidy signs, because there's only 2 buildings that I need to buy on here to show you what they do, and they kind of cover pretty much all the productions in the 2. Both of them say fabric, but it's not just fabric they do. It'll make more sense as we go around. So I'm going to see you by the main entrance. And the reason I picked the vehicle I've picked, it doesn't come with the map, I've added it in, is because of some of the roads. I just thought I would give it a go. So, I don't know why I picked this. I was going to go for a Land Rover. I always go for Land Rovers when it's uneven ground, but I thought, you know what? Let's give this a go. It goes the same speed as the Axion, so as we turn out of here from the main farm, We've got a water fountain, water point. I think there are 3 or 4 around the map. What I love as well, this little town here, again, the detail, it's crisp, it's clean, it's just the little gardens with all the stuff going on, old sheds, newer buildings, bright railings, and I think that just adds to what feels real. Like I say, all this can be purchased. It's got a very Call of Duty kind of map vibe to this bit. I'm not sure why. These aren't sell points or anything, but again, you can buy the land. You could put sell points and stuff in various places if you want. But then we do have the first of the fabrics, which is this building just here. So go and purchase this. It's only 50 grand. And do that. Then do this. As you can see, fabric, wool, fabric, cotton, clothes, furniture, wood, wood planks, and furniture planks. So it doesn't just do fabric. We've got some other productions in here as well, including the tailors and carpentry, but also sawmill. So it takes in a bit of everything. It has a very new but very familiar feel to it. I think that's what I like about it. Another water point just here. And then if we look up to the north, this road runs right up to the railway, which runs right around the top. There is another rent train point just at the end of this on the railway. So if you want to stop the train to load up when you've been out in the field, you absolutely can. We're not going to drive all out to there. Oh, that's a bit... I thought that might open. I wonder if when we buy the land it will. Let's see. I don't know how much the land is here. Let's do that. 141, we can avoid that. Afford? Oh, no. I did wonder whether or not you'd better use some of these gardens and stuff if you wanted to. There's sell points, but if those don't open... Oh, that's a bit of a drawback. At least I tested it. I wasn't sure. I thought it would be quite cool, but... unfortunately not. Right. From here, this has got a brilliant turning circle. We're going to head out to the northwest, to the next set of sell points, which is where the railroad silo is up there, the vehicle shop, and the actual sawmill. So whilst that building there fabric does the sawmill products, the sawmill itself is just a sell point up in the northwest. I'm pointing, I don't know why I'm pointing, you can't see me pointing, but I'm pointing to the northwest. That road there, I'll show you on the map where we are, but that road there leads off at a diagonal down to the southwest. There's no sell points or anything down there. I did buy a couple of plots of land just to double check to make sure there are no other sell points, productions, farms or anything like that. So coming up on our right, we've got a fuel station, gas station, and then behind that we've got the vehicle shop and workshop, or vehicle store. So that's our vehicle shop, gas station we've just been past, and then at the back here, these two gates open. For the workshop, and this is the reset point on the map as well, so if you need to reset anything for any reason, it will reset back to this open area just here. Come out the front of here. Now I realise if you're watching this you might be thinking, hang on a minute, this doesn't make any sense. You did a map tour this morning, which I did, then I worked on putting up another video. I've been working on about 10 different things all at once. I've been trying to multitask and it's not working, so I need to just try and focus on one thing. That was a map that came out a few days ago. I know they're all out of sequence, I know they're all out of sync. I will get to all of them. I'm sort of coming at them from different ends, and I know there's an ER Shab one that I missed as well. Like I say, I will get to them all. So railroad silo in and out by road is done here. Our rent train point is just here for 1,000 per hour. We come through to here. When the train comes round, we can either unload into the silo, which is there, or load into the train and send it off to Sosnovka, which is just down there, across the road, the level crossing, and just round the bend there. Oh, that's pretty cool. Just want to say that little bit of light shine over there. Not quite God rays, but not far off. Apparently it's a big thing. From here, we come round to the sawmill, and like I say, this is not production. This is just a sell point. We come around the back. Wood chip sell point is just there, and then the second map I've done today, actually, and it's weird that I did them in this order because I had originally intended to do a different map now and then do this one tomorrow. Another one with a mill pond. It's like buses. Wait for one, two come along at once. So sell point trigger is just here. You can sell the wood just here, but the trigger goes into the water, so mill pond-esque just here at the sawmill. So we came from the main farm across the road and did all this bit here. Like I said, the road runs up, goes up to there. We came out and along there, and when I said that road to the fork there goes down to the southwest, down to there to a bit of forestry and fields, but there's no sell points or anything down there. That's where we've got that small plot of woodland if you want to have a go and not cost too much. We went up that way, we've gone all around this bit here. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to drive back down, back across past the farm, and then down here, and we're going to head south. I will see you when we're about here. And we should continue our tour. I don't know if you're getting the same vibe I am. It's yeah, it's a smart map. This. So I'm going to go across here, I think, rather than go through the yard. So when you come off the main roads onto these concrete sections, and when you come off the concrete sections, you come onto uneven ground. I like this on maps. It only works when you've got vehicles with some amount of suspension, because you find the stiffer suspension vehicles they just look a bit weird when they're going over ground like this. I'm really fascinated to see with the ground deformation on FS25 how that's going to affect things like this, because the weight of the vehicles should cause ground deformation on fields, on earth, on all over the place. But I like the fact that when you get off the beaten path and you're onto something like this, it forces you to slow down, which it should. You shouldn't hammer along here whether you've got a tractor and trailer or a vehicle at ridiculous speeds, because you're going to come a cropper, aren't you? So I shall carry on down here. There's the second village, or the first village, depending on which way around you look at them. Actually, what I might do is go to the side here. I thought the wheelbase was wider on this, but it's not. There's some big old lumps in the middle as well. Now again, that may not be your cup of tea. It might be the sort of thing you absolutely despise in a map. I love it. Little bits like this, set the lights on. Down the dip into the bottom. It's very cool. Oh no. Ran out of oomph there. I think we lost 30 of our 40 horses then. So coming up on our right, we've got another water point, another fountain, trough, just there. Come into the village a little bit more. Then we've got a grocery sell point. Just around the back here. I do like a map with a bit of graffiti, I don't know why. Sit on the bench outside the grocery store, just whiling away the hours. Now, what's on the right hand side here, again, all this can be purchased if you want to buy the land. And I'm now curious, because you couldn't get into the other bit, whether you can get in here. There's a campground. Oh, you can, look. There's no sell points on it. There's nothing. There's nothing like that at all. No productions, no sell points. But again, the detail on here. So if you wanted to have a sell point at the campground for whatever it might be you want to sell here, or a production or something like that. There's plenty of little cottage industry productions and stuff, but it's things like this. Lots of little caravans dotted around, which is really cool. Air beam tent, very fancy, very new, very modern. Come around the side here, got some more. Look at that. It's very cool. Around to the front, we've got a little kind of picnic area, cafe type things, some playground stuff, the little lake pond. But again, it's the sort of thing, without a sell point here or a reason to come here, you'll probably just drive past it time and time again, just doing farming, you know, and you wouldn't probably come and have a look at it. So I thought, I'll show it, because a lot of time and effort's gone into that. Jump through the hedge. And continue. So we're heading east again. We're going to hit a road, and the road runs up the east side of the map and takes us to the next set of sell points. The main sell point of the map being the grain elevator. We're going to head there. There we go, coming up on the road now. Out of the forest. On the left hand side, another gas station. I'm returning just here. And we've got ahead of us the egg sell point. Just there. Come around the side here. We have got, have I passed it? Nope, just on the left, another barn sell point, so for bale sell point. We've got the animal dealer just in front of us. Unfortunately, I was just looking actually, unfortunately they're all static, aren't they? But it still adds a bit, you know, adds a level of immersion to it. And then we've got purchase points, so we can buy seed, fertiliser and lime, all just here, for these three. We got up here, we've got a sell station for stones, just there. We've got a sell point dairy, so it's not a dairy production, but it is a sell point dairy, just here. Then if we cut through just here, we've got root crops sell point, just through here. And we come out the other side, just ahead of us, we've got buy points. So we had seed, fertiliser and lime. We've got slurry and we've got manure purchase points, just here. And then to our right, just there, is the grain elevator sell point. We go out past there, which brings us to the second of the fabrics factory facilities. And this does a lot of the other productions that are missing off the map. You know what I mean? Missing's the wrong word, but... So, we purchased this one, again 50,000, and this one does a load of other stuff. So bread and cake, which the bakery would do, cereal, then we've got our butter, cheese and chocolate, which the dairy would do. Then we come on to our wheat, barley, oat and sorghum flour, which your mill would do normally. Then oils, and then raisins, which your grape processing unit would do. Then on to our sugars, and then some extras here. We've got forage, 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 so we can make total mixed ration, pig food or silage directly here if you want to. So it does a fair bit, this one, and I think with that and the one to the north pretty much covers all the productions without having to have loads and loads of productions all around the map. But if you don't want to use those and want to put your own productions on, feel free, fill your boots. Out from here, I'm not going to look, I guarantee I'll put out on something. Oh, alright. On the right hand side we have got another fountain, a water point, and if we continue up this road we will come to another rent train point. I think that's the third of three. The top one in the north I didn't go to, but I kind of showed you on the map. And then if we follow this road and it tucks back in as we go a bit further up and we get to the next rent train point, it brings us back round to the main farm. There's a little windmill a little bit further around. I did stop to have a look. It's actually right in between 3 fields, and when you walk around it, it's just a place of, it's not a place of, sorry, it's a decorative building. Oh, there you go, that's pretty cool. It's just a decorative building. There's not a plot of land you can purchase that covers it, because it's pretty much sat between 3. Just in case you get to it and wonder why I didn't cover it, why I didn't look at it, Rent Train Point just there, and like I say, the road then bends round, heads back in through the outer strip of woodland to some more fields and back towards the main farm. I like it. It's got a good feel to it, this map. PGR Agro Pomerania by Puma 145. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free, and if you want to share this video, then please be my guest, whatever you should choose to do. As always, thanks for watching.